What's up, guys? We're here today with some Monster Slayers. It's another deck building roguelike. So basically, this game's it's a lot of fun. I was playing around with it and decided I was going to make a video for each class. So if you kind of get stuck doing one class or another, hopefully this kind of series of videos will help you out a little bit. So the first one we're going to do is let's go with Rogue. Rogue's pretty much the most straightforward in terms of strategy. Basically, you're going to just cycle through your deck over and over again and just keep the attacks running up. And you'll see what I mean as I start to get into it, but I've done this run, quite a few times and it almost never fails. So first things first, when you start off with this class, I understand that you're doing a lot of physical damage, so what you want to avoid is the creatures that have physical resistance on them. A lot of the times you're going to find that in the Dead Forest and the Elderberry Forest, where you'll have wraiths and that kind of stuff. In the beginning, it's not that big a deal. If you pick up first, they only reduce your damage by half. If you wait till later on, it will reduce your damage to nothing, and then you're in a kind of a bad way. So in terms of weapons or equipment, obviously I have a bunch here. I'll go ahead and get rid of some of this junk stuff real quick. What you're looking for is basically anything that's going to give you dodge or dexterity. Those are both really good cards, and you can see what it's talking about where I hover over this, and like this one says 1 temp frost strike. You want that to say dodge or dexterity. The reason for that is simply more card draw, more cycling, and it's just really going to make your life a lot easier for the class. If you don't have those, the other two things you want to kind of look for are, like with this, you have +1 starting AP. AP's a very big thing for you, and dodge. You're not the most hardy class in the game, so you definitely want to have as much dodging as you can. And these are definitely not a necessity to make this class run well. It's just, makes life a little bit easier. I'll go ahead and do that. +4 dodge and critical. As far as weapon, I only have the one there. And like I said, you can do this running with no weapons. It just makes everything a whole lot harder. If you play through the game a few times, you're going to have stuff up in your inventory slots. So there's no reason not to be using that type of stuff. So let's check out the cards. So when I was talking about you want to cycle through cards, playing the same thing over and over again, this is what you're looking at. Chain strikes. You want to just hit these over and over and over and over again, and then you want to really just finish it all off with a big, nice backstab. Deal 1 physical damage for each card played, including this one, so you figure you get a bunch of these in there, you play them all over again, and this thing gets pretty powerful. So what we're going to do is we are going to remove as much of the excess stuff as we can, so that every time we cycle through, we're getting as much chain strike and backstab chance as we can. So reposition, it's perfectly fine to keep in the deck. It's got good card cycle, so that's fine. The only problem with that could potentially be the AP problem with backstab. So dagger is awesome. A tiny bit of damage, get your APs, then you get a card. Basically, it's like it's not even there. No reason to get rid of this. Improvise. This one I always try to get rid of. The game even acknowledges that it's just kind of a shitty card. For the purpose of when you look at the upgrade screen, it tells you that in future decks replace 1 improvise with whatever card. And that's, all you kind of need to know is when the devs are even giving you an out for this card. Normally, concentrate's not bad either. That will be one of the last cards I get rid of if I manage to do that on the run, just because it uses mana and nothing else I do has mana, so I can go ahead and just use that as a card draw, pretend again, kind of like repositions, like it's not even there. But these things are all going to get taken out at some point, or at least that's the goal anyway. So All right, let's jump into this. So, like I said, we'll go ahead and do a dead first to make sure that we get all the race and everything out of the way. So, as far as companions go, neither one of these are actually that spectacular. I'm gonna go ahead and go with the thief just because I want the extra gold. The 10% crit's not bad, but you really want to be looking for like the monk. Get that extra dodge chance in there is always really nice. So don't blink on this one because a lot of these early battles go very quickly. So you find a merchant, first thing you want to do is check out what they got in stock. Obviously I don't have any gold right now, so it's not really that big a deal, but always want to kind of keep in mind anything that you can do to upgrade it. Okay, so here's kind of a mini version of the combo I was talking about. We don't have the card cycle in here, so it's going to be a little underwhelming, but okay. So play through all that, make sure we have the AP left for the backstab, and so deal 1 physical damage for each card played, including this one. What we got, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this will be, 9's not bad for level 1. Always want to pop this every battle. I should have done it last battle, and I just didn't think about it. But there's no reason not to just take your 10 coins whenever you get the opportunity. Always want to play the dagger first. Dagger always goes first, just because you get that free card draw. Let's see. I need none of that. And so I'll go ahead and put the block on there, just because I wasn't going to be able to kill that turn with it. So outside of getting your critical. And then you just throw the chain strikes in there. So, and this is where, things get tricky with your decision making. So, there's two obvious choices here. You take the dagger, you upgrade the card. Dagger's always going to be good, and it doesn't change the size of your deck effectively because it's, like I said before, it's not really even there. So I think we're going to upgrade card. We're going to upgrade the backstab. You don't want to upgrade it too quick because the AP cost becomes too high, but you do want to kind of get that started as early as possible. So reposition to get the card draw going. Now we chain strike over and over and over again. And the goal is just to get, obviously, just perfect everybody as quick as possible. If I don't speed run the game, but if you were trying to speed run through stuff, then this is a really good class for that. Okay, so again, another kind of rough choice. Dagger again is always good. I'm going to take the starting AP, and I'll talk about it again when you get to the captain. But AP early on is a little bit harder to come by. So when it's, and you only ever get 3 max as a bonus. So like you can only add 3 max. So now I'm up to 8. Hit some chain strikes. Hit my gold. So here's the thing with the healer. The healer lets you heal, obviously, or delete a card. You almost never want to actually heal with the healer. There's too many other opportunities to do that. The biggest one being just leveling up and managing your XP correctly. So I almost always use it to delete the card unless I've messed up really bad in a fight. So like I said, we're going to be getting rid of all these at some point. We're going to get rid of the improvise just because I really don't like the card. Rangers always kind of suck to fight against because they always go first. So there's not really that much you can do about it. They're pretty much just going to take a chunk of HP from you. So when you do play the concentrate, unless you're dying and you really need that little boost of health, or you can finish them off with the damage, you always take the card draw. Always. So dagger first. Okay, reposition. These now notice these don't take any AP, so that's why these work so effectively with this. And also, since I upgraded this, notice that now it's 2 damage for each card played, not just 1. It did double the AP cost, but we can handle it for right now. Flame Strike's normally a really good card to have, but not going to be too useful for this deck. So I'll go back to delete again, get rid of one of these weaker attacks. So like I was talking about, you have all these options for healing, right? Okay, campfires are like your best run. Generally with campfires, you want to try to go for the alcohol, because that allows you to delete a card. But you got to play the odds, because it does heal you if you take what it gives you. If you draw the Fishbone, then not only do you lose all the benefits that you could have gotten, but you also don't get the healing. So what we're actually going to do, because I have full health, is we're just going to come back later just so I get the extra pass and I don't waste the healing potential on it. So in this situation, I'm going to take the Phoenix down. Now the reason you take Phoenix down is because you can double right click and it will be discard, and then you have a free card draw, so it doesn't take up a spot in your deck at all. However, it is nice to have if something goes wrong, and you can avoid the death screen for a little bit longer. 5-point Palm is not super useful for this deck, mostly because you're using Backstab as a finisher, and this is only useful if you can finish somebody off. It does turn into a 30 hit, a 30 damage card, which is obviously super powerful, but it's just not going well with the thematics of this deck. So we're gonna go Phoenix down. So like I was just saying, right click it twice, it'll discard it, give you another card. So it doesn't really bother any of your deck flow or anything like that. Okay, so Captain. You get 2 options with Captain. You can get starting AP, and you can upgrade a card. So on the first floor, you only get 1 starting AP from the Captain. On the second floor, you get +2, and third floor, you get +3. That's what I was talking about. You can only get +3 max. Not throughout the entire run, but just at one time. You can only improve your starting AP by 3 at one time. So there's really no reason to ever take this level 1. On the first floor, this is the least useful that it's ever going to be. However, upgrading a card works the same for every single floor. So it's always better to wait till the third floor, if possible, to start racking up the AP. Every now and again I might take one on the second floor, but there's no reason to take it on the first. So the other thing that, tip-wise, and this goes for just playing this game in general, is you want to make sure that your level is at least equal to the boss on each floor. If you're not up to at least that level, like so the Skeleton Champion's level 5, then you're severely handicapping yourself going into the fight. So that's where that XP management comes in. Sometimes you got to do some quick math, but it's not usually that difficult. So, and then the other thing is, don't do fights that are wasteful. So right now, I need 70 XP to get up to level 6. No reason to fight these 2, hurt myself, and go into this weaker than normal, because that's only going to give me 10 XP and 15, so that'll put me up to 30 out of 75. Not worth doing. And there's always enough XP to hit max level before you hit the final boss on the third floor. So I'm going to go ahead and check out the merchants. Let's see what they got wear-wise. actually, well, yeah, we'll look at both of them before we make a decision. So critical up's always nice. This card is completely useless for this class. You can't do anything to the enemy hand, so there's like, who cares? It is nice that it is a card cycle, but because it's not an attack, it doesn't boost your backstab, which is our whole goal. So actually, since all we have really that are useful are the daggers, I'm going to go ahead and use the upgrade and delete function. And we are going to just get rid of some cards. We will actually delete 2 attacks. And then we'll go ahead and use the campfire. We'll see if we can't get some more starting AP here. Oh, there's the alcohol. So because we got the alcohol, I'm just going to go ahead and stop. I got an action point, so I'm super okay with that. I didn't need the health. I was just doing it for the bonuses. So we'll take out another attack. Now we'll go fight the boss. So pay attention to your deck while you're doing this, because I did just run through all of my cards and no longer can draw anything. So there's no reason to discard that manually because I can't actually draw anything. So took him out once. He's going to come back. Oh. I forgot to follow my own advice again and hit the coins. Because it's just kind of 10 coins, it's super easy to forget about. And see, now here's the problem with this mana card. You know, I don't get mana very quickly, so I can really only play it that one time. So now 2 turns later, I can now use the concentrate again. So really, once you get into this point, you kind of end up going on autopilot mode, and there's not a lot of thinking left to be done. So from this options, while this Flame Strike is good, Pickpockets, nah. We're just going to keep popping up that AP. I don't think we picked up anything that's worth switching. So make sure, though, if you don't have the inventory like I do, where I just have a bunch of stuff, you definitely want to be checking stats and comparing and upgrading as you go. So we'll go ahead and go to Volcanic Tunnels. Not for any particular reason, I just like the, I kind of like the background and stuff a little bit better on her. So neither one of these are ideal. We'll go with Warrior simply because it does have a defensive and an offensive stat once you get the last upgrade for her. And I forgot what the passive is for the Mage, but I don't really need the 18 damage. None of those are particularly useful. And I don't have the money to delete anything yet, so. Oh, whoops. I didn't mean to play that. That's what happens when you get clicking too fast. And not that it matters, it didn't do anything, but. Get my coins there. So, what is nice is you can use that. You can use it on backstab to just kind of hit a double big hit. So interestingly enough, this dude has 65 armor this turn. So that might actually be a good time to use that. So I'll max out my backstab at 30. So I'll use this. Hit him for 30 there. And then hit him for 33. Okay, so at this point, because I have plenty of AP, I have most of the cards gone and stuff, it wouldn't be bad at all. Well, okay, let's add another chain strike in there. It wouldn't be bad at all to get another backstab and to just use them consecutively at the end of the combo. And that is, for all intents and purposes, doubles your ender. Never a bad idea to take more chain strikes though. So again, autopilot, brain dead, just click on everything. Make sure you don't click on things out of order. So you don't want to play your backstab first, for instance. But other than that, the decision making really gets taken out of your hands. Alright, merchants, what do you got for me? You have another backstab available. Oh, how about you? Oh, put another chain strike. Let's restock. What do we got? Nope. So the trap's always fun. I always just try to kill it. You're not really meant to, but I always give it a shot. And I got it. So we're actually gonna take the gold. Just so I can delete a couple more cards a little bit easier. And this dude hits hard, so I'm gonna go ahead and use my block there. And there's my temporary copy. I didn't just magically get another one. That's from the ability. So unfortunately, it looks like we're having to go right through a Wraith to get to any part of this side of the board. Wraiths are just no fun to fight for this class. So reduce all physical damage taken by half, round down. So yeah, these chain strikes are gonna not help all that much. And then you just keep Phoenix in hand. Not that I think I need to use it, but just in case. Better safe than sorry. No, I'm not quite gonna do it. Oh wait. Oh. There we go. So, Rangers suck. They're going first. Get my gold. Draw a card. But nice thing about Rangers is they're very squishy. So we're gonna take that for a little bit of defense. Just because, like I said, we are squishy. We don't have a lot of defensive stuff, and some of these bigger guys we can't take out on the first turn anymore. The thing about it is you have to really pay attention as to where it gets played, because like right there, I'm not allowed to finish my combo now. So it does have the potential to do that, to ruin that. So now you'll notice on this captain, he does offer more AP. We don't need it, but he offers it. I guess I'll just go ahead and do that. So the thing with these little altar things is they almost are never useful, with the exception of this one. And that's simply because I have an excess amount of AP, and I'm kind of weak. So an extra 30 HP would be awesome. And I'm not going to miss the 2 AP that I'll be losing for it. But like 9 times out of 10, these are useless. The cost is not worth the reward. Just kind of keep that in mind. So this is awesome. Copy card. You only get this guy every now and again. But what I'm definitely going to do is copy my backstab. So now I have 2 of those. So now we're just focusing on leveling up. This guy's kind of annoying to fight because he does put traps in your deck, and because we do have a cycle deck here, it's a pretty good chance I'm going to hit every freaking one of them. So the goal is to take him out before I have to worry about that, which I'm not going to be able to do. So just to avoid the damage, I will definitely be hitting my backstab early. Oh, I drew it first card. This hidden card is really getting in all my drawaways now. Like, this is not acceptable. Just because it's being very annoying, I might just actually take it out. The defense is not really worth it if it's screwing up the entire premise behind the deck. So let's do some math here. So 45, 75, 105. So that puts me at 125. We'll see if this is an enemy. If it is, then we'll fight all these guys. If it's not, then we're going after the Filer Golem. Come back later. Oh, it's treasure. So let's see what game. Yep, none of those are useful. So, like I just did the math there, it's not worth fighting all those guys before the Fire Golem. Now, if you want to fight him after, that's totally fine because you're just building up that extra XP to carry yourself over into the next floor. So we'll go ahead, hit the campfire, see what kind of little bust we can get there. Alcohol, I'll take that. So I'm going to get rid of the hidden just because it's annoying, It doesn't always screw up the flow of the deck, but for whatever reason, it just seems to be super unlucky right now. And when you're running a double backstab, you really don't want that. Get my coins. Now, I was doing some math to see if I could take him out first turn, but it wasn't going to work. Let's go for the XP there. I'm at 192 gold, so I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of that that mana card, that concentrate, and we'll pick up a dagger. We have the excess gold. We have the deck room for it now. So. And then we'll just take these guys out just because it's easy XP. And we'll just go ahead and block for that one turn. So there's kind of my upgrades and stats that you can see. When I was talking about earlier about the improvise, you know, like this one, replace an improvise card with a dexterity 2 card in all future brute starting decks. They literally tell you that the card sucks. So it's just, I don't know, that's funny to me. Ah, treasure first. I like it. Let's see what you got. So this card is basically amazing. I don't have the extra AP for it, but I will. So I'm going to go ahead and take that. We will get rid of these attacks. So I wonder... It does increase the backstab. Okay. There's a little science testing right there. So basically every captain I find from here on out I'm going to take the AP on, so that's why I was okay taking the Thunder Orb. Oh, well, I didn't even pay attention to that. So the Lightning Orb's literally doing 0 damage to it. Just because I'm tired of fighting that guy. Let's find these captains. If the enemy is higher level than you, or is a boss, draw 2 cards and gain 25 gold. To start a turn, this is in your hand. All the cards in your hand have different names. Banish this and draw 3 cards. Okay, well that's not going to happen for this deck, so I'm going to just take the XP because it doesn't say that if you double click it to discard it, you get to draw. So that could just be a dead card in my hand, depending on who I'm fighting. Let's go ahead and gain 35 gold there. See what the merchant can offer us down the road. So the reason I keep playing the Thunder Orb as opposed to the second backstab is simply because it takes away AP from the enemy. And, you know, if they can't use their action points to attack you, then you don't have anything to worry about. And it does roughly the same damage anyway, so it's not like I'm losing anything. So chakrams are also good to put in this deck. I was actually wondering if I was going to run into one or not, just because it draws 2 cards. The only issue you could run to is the AP. But like I said, I'm gonna go and pick it up just because I know I'm taking AP from the captains. Where are the captains? Well, there's a campfire, but not a captain. Lose 1 mana to activate the runes. Sure, what the heck. I don't have any mana cards anyway. So I can delete a card, upgrade a card, plus 1 AP, plus 5 HP. I'm definitely going to take that one. I will trade 1 mana for 1 AP and 5 HP all day. Let's go to the campfire. We're not going to use it. Captain? Captain! We found the captain. Captain, give me AP. Thank you, sir. There's probably one more of them around here. This Wraith being here really, really sucks. Wraiths are no fun. Let's see, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, need to hit my coins. Yeah, let's add that. I don't normally run with that, but since it was offered. Now here's a question. Can I upgrade any of the things that I just picked up? No, I cannot. Literally cannot upgrade anything. So, because I'm sitting pretty on my AP usage and all that, I don't really need to worry about deleting anything. So ideally, you're going to play that first each time. So I need a little bit more AP to make the deck be able to full combo. Oh, well, that was unfortunate. That's what happens when you click too fast. I guess we're going out to this Wraith. So, we're still at damage taken by half. But he's not lightning resistant, just physical. Gain physical immunity for 1 turn. So now, basically my combos are useless. So I'll just go ahead and hit him with that. And I mean, I'll just go through the motions, because what the heck. But, oh, I'm only doing 1 damage. For the 1 damage, boys. And it did seem like the cut was actually doing the 2 damage to him per card, so... Okay, not completely useless. So I'll level up after this guy. I'll get my health back. So those lions are always risky business. They do have that roar card where they oh, this one, where they make you discard 2 cards out of your hand, which can really throw off the power and the flow of this deck. So I'm at 17. I'd throw another Chakram in there, because I'm still waiting for that other captain. No, so I'm 1 AP off a full combo. Alrighty. So, we're probably going to use the warrior's ability to take this dude out because he does have so much health. And we'll block there. Actually, you know what? If I'm only 1 AP off, then I'll just get rid of this reposition. Yeah, let's do that. Now the deck should flow nice and well. Oh, we're on this lightning immune guy again. But I will still play the lightning attack just to get the bonuses up on my backstab. Let this guy go first. He's no fun. Makes so I have to take damage. So the thing you have to pay attention to, because it seems like it would be just an amazing idea to get as many of these 1,000 cuts as possible. The problem being, they do not stack. So you have to kind of be careful with that. We'll go ahead and get some more gold. We'll visit the merchant. We'll see if we can't reroll into something useful. Chain strike, I like it. Versatility can be okay. It's like a much better version of improvise. No, don't need none of that. Dodge. Dodge is nice. The problem I would have with dodge, though, is that it would ruin my AP curve. So let's actually do the campfire. Let's see if we get any bonus AP. Oh, fishbone on the second one. So, looks like we're just gonna run with what we got here. Guess I can get rid of this attack. No, there's no reason to. Just lowers my damage. Alright, Harbinger. So, he's got 2 armor, which is annoying, and lightning immunity, which makes this card virtually useless, with the exception of the AP reduction. Which he has so much of it anyway, it almost doesn't matter. No, I accidentally played that again. And since this is the final boss, we're just going to use everything. And he's going to make me discard half my hand. Which is very annoying. Again, with the discarding. So this is where the Phoenix Down will come in handy. It's very possible that he may die during this fight, but that's perfectly fine because I do have the Phoenix Down, as long as he doesn't roar and make me discard it or something like that. So the reason I have 3 of these now is because I did copy the one. And we got him. So there you have it, guys. There's how you run with the rogue on Monster Slayers. You can generally set that strategy up every single run. It's not very difficult to find some decent cards to add into it. Like I said, I've done it 4 or 5 times in a row before, just trying to see what items I could get, or if I could just kind of see if it would be consistent, and it definitely is. So, if you're having any type of problem with the rogue getting through the normal mode, that's kind of a tutorial basically on how to do it. It went relatively well. I've had better, cleaner runs, but I'll take what I can get with it. I don't know if I agree with the name that it gave it. Stonehammer seems a little off for a rogue, but I just kind of ran with it. The same strategy works for Legendary. You can do the exact same thing if you want to run through it that way. Legendary is definitely a lot harder to go through with it, but it does still work. You just have to pay a little bit more attention to the enemies that you're fighting based on resistances and that kind of thing. So, but yeah, there you have it, guys. There's your rogue for Monster Slayer. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. And if you enjoyed the video, throw a thumbs up on there. And until next time.